comes into contact with them. They're considered pre-renal carnivorous plants and can live up to 20 years in the wild. While most of their energy is still obtained through photosynthesis, like most plants, insects provide extra nutrients not readily available in the soil. Foxglove. With its gorgeous, bright, unique blooms, the foxglove plant will surprise you with just how dangerous this flower really is. The plant produces digoxin, an ingredient in medications that prevents heart failure, meaning by ingesting foxglove, you're pretty much taking an unregulated dose of heart medication. This somewhat ironically can cause actual heart failure. In any case, it's best to keep this plant far, far away from curious children and nosy pets alike. White snakeroot. White snakeroot is not a plant to be messed with. Even when touching this pretty white plant, it can be toxic, though it is an accumulative toxin that takes time to build up. The leaves and stems of this plant contain trimetol, a fat-soluble toxin that poisons the livestock consuming it and can pass into the milk of lactating animals. Nursing young animals as well as humans consuming the milk can be contaminated. Symptoms in humans include a loss of appetite, weakness, abdominal discomfort, abnormal blood acidity, nausea, a reddened tongue, and an accumulation of ketone bodies. It has a weedy nature, known to spread via underground rhizomes, making it hard to root out. It can also provide late-season food to bees, butterflies, and moths, and is only toxic to mammals. These killer plants continue to surprise and impress, all while surviving by doing what they've always done. From carnivorous creepers to the ones that are just as beautiful as they are toxic. This causes painful convulsions, abdominal cramps, nausea, and death in those, and people who are afflicted but survive often live with amnesia or lasting tremors after. Castor beans. Generally grown ornamentally, the castor bean is an attractive plant native to Africa. The seed, once processed, are actually the source of castor oil, but naturally do contain the poison ricin, which has been deadly even in small amounts. Only 1 or 2 seeds would kill even a small child, and 8 could take down a healthy adult. Ricin toxin works by stopping the synthesis of proteins in your cells, which causes severe vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, and even death. This poison has been used in multiple fatal terrorism attempts over the years. Most fatalities are the result of accidental ingestion by pets or children. Oleander. Oleander is a gorgeous shrub with brilliant blossoms dating back to ancient Rome. Despite its popularity as a hedge and ornamental plant, all portions of the oleander plant are poisonous and contain lethal cardiac glycosides known as orleodrin or nerorine. Oleander can cause vomiting, diarrhea, erratic pulse, seizures, coma, and death if consumed, and contact with the leaves and sap is known to irritate some people's skin. Toxins in oleander are so potent that humans have become unwell after consuming honey generated by bees that visited the blooms. Unfortunately, fatalities from oleander poisoning are uncommon because the plant is highly unpleasant, deterring anyone from trying the plant. Angel's trumpet. While botanists might tell you the nickname angel's trumpet comes from the flower's large, hanging, trumpet-shaped flowers, it really is hard not to imagine it's because of the trumpeting angels that will herald your arrival in the afterlife if you were to eat any part of this plant. These flowers can cause dangerous hallucinogenic symptoms like loss of consciousness and delirium. Ingestion of the Brunnsmannia is often fatal with its hazardous levels of the chemicals scopolamine and atropine. No matter how pretty they seem, you're likely better off staying away. Witch's berry. You'd probably imagine it's more fitting into a potion than anything with a name like that, but these berries are even more dangerous than you'd think. Also known as Atropa belladonna or deadly nightshade, the witch's berry is highly toxic when ingested and contains tropane alkaloids. They include atropine, scopolamine, and hyoscyamine, which cause delirium and hallucinations. It can be dangerous if you eat any part of the deadly nightshade, but even touching them can cause bodily harm. The plant can cause damage to the skin with cuts or other wounds, and it's advisable to wear gloves, even with intact skin when handling these dangerous plants. Wood sorrel. In suitable amounts, the wood sorrel would probably be considered perfectly fine. However, the poisonous substance in yellow wood sorrel are actually soluble calcium oxalates, otherwise known as oxalic acid. Any part of this plant, when ingested, can cause kidney failure and colic. If used, it should be used fresh and in small amounts. Unfortunately, this plant can be eaten and can lead to improper amounts being used over time. As is any plant, in high doses of oxalic acid can be toxic over time. Mistletoe. Once known solely as a festive decor piece, the mistletoe is actually quite the holiday menace. It can cause symptoms of extreme gastrointestinal upset and widespread poisoning in large amounts. Ingesting the berries of any variety can cause vomiting, seizures, slow heart rate, and even death. Unfortunately, this has caused some confusion as dangerous misconception arose that it produces euphoria when smoked. However, this is not true. In fact, the theory was developed by people who are already high, and the only euphoric feeling it can cause is that of the soul leaving your body. Devil's Helmet. Aconitum, also known as devil's helmet,